Welcome back. We are back with Thrive in Your Mission and excited to have another one for you today. And this is a good one, right, Elvira? We are excited about this topic to share. Woohoo! Um, and this is, I think, an interesting topic that we're going to be talking about today. But just before we dive in, Thrive in Your Mission is really for leaders in the world who have a mission, have a purpose. I believe everybody has a mission and a purpose, but this is around for those who know for sure what their mission is. And it's time for you to really lean into it, show up, and thrive. So, this is why we've started to do these live streams for you because we want to help guide you in fully living in your mission. And we believe that the more people out there in the world that are living in their full purpose and mission are actually going to change the world. And right now, we need it more than ever. I truly believe that. And this is the time where, as a collective, we all step up and own why we are here. So I know Elvira agrees with me. So Elvira is a miracle mindset coach, and
Yeah.
she is really helping you with that inner, right? Like what's stopping you, what's going on internally that's stopping you from showing up and shining and thriving. And I help you with the outer. So once we work on the inner, then it's about having the outer match that inner you, right? And so you can show up with more power and presence and really, you know, tell the world who you are through your outer appearance. So that's why we come together, and it's the perfect pair, right? We believe for you to really thrive. So let's dive into today's topic. This is about, what you might even not be aware of, but if you are not sure, there is something that's holding you back. There's a fear of judgment for you showing up and being more visible and actually sharing who you are, your truth, and your mission here. Maybe you fear that you're going to be rejected or that you're being too much, right? I know I have felt like that, where, oh my gosh, people are going to judge me for like, who does she think she is, right? And we know for sure because we ourselves have struggled with that you might have a witch wound. And we're going to dive into what that is all about. But basically, you might not even be aware that you have this. It could be something that's like from generational or something from the past or even a past experience, past life experience. Or maybe it was generationally passed down in your genes. We don't know sometimes what that is, but we're just going to bring it to light a little bit so that you can see and maybe reveal something that is actually holding you back from showing up, sharing your truth, and really not being afraid to be seen, right? And be heard because there's somebody out there that needs to hear you and what you're all about because you are a leader. We truly believe that, right, Elvira?
Yes, well said, Tavia. Yeah, yeah, I am a huge, believer that it's possible to shift your mindset about, from someone who is, I'm too much or I'm not good enough and being, afraid of being seen. I came here to deliver this message. It's a message that needs to be heard. And first and foremost, it helps us, our the wounds, our wounds bleed wisdom. This is what I believe, which can offer others still struggling transfusions, energetic transfusions, right? So it's like, we go through something, we get through it, and then we can help others. And you and I are very, very aligned in the fact that we both have witch wounds. We have, mother wounds, sister wounds, witch wounds, mean girl wounds. And so we're the perfect people to be sharing these wounds with others to just bring light to them and let them know that yes, this is something that you might have inherited, right? Like
Yes.
epigenetics show that, the effect of our ancestors will affect us, and unless we do the clearing, unless we do the inner work of releasing the old patterns, the old traumas, like fear of being burned at the stake, that's a thing, right? Like they used to burn witches back in the day, and what were witches? Just powerful freaking women, and some men too. And so, our mission is to help you thrive in your mission, to stop fearing that what you share is going to upset people, because that's in your genes, that you're
Hmm.
afraid of that. But you have to move forward anyway, because your purpose is bigger than you, your mission is bigger than you. So somehow you need to get the support that you need to shine your light bright in the world, because the world needs it today more than ever. Right? Do you resonate with
Yes,
that?
absolutely. And I do believe that, the reason why, people like there's this witch, right? You are a witch. It was anybody who really had their own sovereign power. That's essentially what it was. Like you could heal
Yes.
yourself. You were into natural remedies and or you were very intuitive, or it's like wasn't even like what we've made
Yes.
witches out to be. I believe we've as a collective, I should say, have made witches to be like spooky or creepy or evil. Like that is all nonsense. That actually is not even the truth or the reality of what it was. It was just, they wanted control, right? They want to have power. And when
Yes.
people
Yes.
are able to conform and are able to be controlled, then guess what? The people, the higher, power is able to control. And that's really what they wanted. So they created stories
Yeah.
about witches that are not even true. Witches are really just people who had
Yeah.
their own sovereign power. It's like they knew how
Yeah.
to tap in and tune into their self healing and intuitive abilities and spirituality, and there's nothing bad about that. But they've made it out to be bad,
Yeah.
and they burned these people at the stake. And now we, centuries later, are still feeling that wound. That's essentially what we're talking about. And that wound still has
Yeah.
control over us. And what we're trying to say is that you don't need to let that have control. You're not going to be burned at the stake. Literally, they were. We're
Yeah.
not. Today,
Yeah.
you get to speak your truth,
Yeah.
right? And maybe you don't even realize that this wound is still having control over you. That's essentially what we're trying to say
Yes.
today. Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh my
Yes.
God. I got chills when you said that. So well put, because this is in our genetics, and we have to become aware that this is going on and keep moving forward anyway, right? It's like the old
Right.
saying, feel the fear and do it anyway, because your mission is more important than you. I'm sorry. Like, you're an important person. However, your mission is even bigger, in my opinion. I think, Tavia, you agree that all of
Right.
us are brought here with a purpose, and not everyone's going to connect with their purpose in this lifetime. This is the truth. Not everyone is going to do this inner work. Not everyone is going to go deep to undo the old patterns, the old conditioning, the old trauma that's in our genes, and they're just going to keep, like living day to day, party on the weekend, and then one day they're going to die, right? So not everyone is going to tap into their bigger purpose, their bigger mission. And to me, that's tragic, because we don't get your magic. Okay.
Yes.
It's really, really important that we have the courage to become fully ourselves. And despite the witch wounds that we all carry, do it anyway. Find the right community, the right people, the coaches, the mentors that you need, so that you keep moving forward anyway. Because there's days,
Yes.
Tavia, let's face it, we talked about this backstage. There's days where the old wound comes up for us as well. And we're like, oh, should I post that? Or is that too much or whatever? We even doubt it, and we're the ones
Yes.
facilitating this work, right? Yeah. Do you
Oh,
want to speak to that at
absolutely.
all?
Yeah, I feel like it happens all the time where I have to check in with myself like, "Wait, why are you avoiding doing that? What is that really about?" And a lot of times it is because I'm like just the fear of judgment. I'm like, oh, what are people going
Yeah.
to think if I post that or say that or put that out there? It's kind of like this little like voice in the back of my head, right? And I have to just bring awareness to it and say, you know what, is that truth or is that just
Yeah.
fear, right? And
Yeah.
most of the time, 9 out of 10, it's just that fear running the show. And I just have
Yeah.
to be like, okay, just let it go. Do it anyway.
Yeah.
Who cares? Because somebody out there needs to hear this message. Somebody out there needs to know that they're not alone. Really, I think that's also it. Is like a lot of times what I'm
Yeah.
dealing with, so many other people are dealing with, and we need to, be able to help people. Like I believe I'm a guide, and Elvira's a guide as well. Like we are helping people, guiding people, and we can't go out there and complete our missions if we're holding back, right? If we let these
Yeah.
fears stop us, then we're not, you know, um, we're not fulfilling our missions. So
Yeah.
we know that if you're resonating with this, please, we want to hear from you because we understand. We're not perfect,
Yeah.
we deal with it. I almost on a daily basis, I would say I deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, so well said, Tavia. Yeah. So I just want to encourage everybody that's listening to this. If this speaks to you, like, feel free to reach out to us. Tavia is the expert, with getting your brand in a way that it carries globally. She's all about helping people, create, manifest these amazing brands that need to be at the highest level that they need to be at in order to serve, right? And whatever that looks
Yes.
like. And she's very intuitive with how she does her work. So there's a lot of stylists out there, but I don't think anyone's quite as intuitive as Tavia. Like she's got the spiritual piece, the woo-woo, but she's also got the practical piece, right? The
Mhm.
stylist, celebrity stylist and all that. So like absolutely reach out to her if you feel like, okay, this is crazy. I have been holding myself back. I can see what they're talking about with the witch wounds, and I'm ready to step out and really create this beautiful brand. And if you need more support with the mindset, still, reach out to me. I do one-on-one work, and I also have a team that facilitate beautiful, small, intimate groups of people doing this inner work together, because it's all about letting go of the old programs, the old patterns, the old conditioning, the old traumas, and shining bright in your light. And that's what we do with the Love Your Vibe transformation, specifically what my team facilitate. I don't even facilitate it, they do. Um, and it really, really works, because like almost every person that graduate wants to become a facilitator because this work works. And so it's about living consciously, right? Not just unconsciously with fears and staying stuck and like, I want to say like immobilized in the box, and just kind of, it's about having the courage to be you and breaking out of that box and doing what you were brought here to do. And if you got something to say, have the courage to say it. When we do our inner work, we do get more courageous, right? And it's not to say we're going to be
Absolutely.
perfect, but we have the tools that we need to get back into our zone where we can continue to speak our truth and live aligned, authentic, fully self expressed lives. Honestly,
Mhm.
guys, it's what saved my life at rock bottom. Getting aligned, authentic, and fully self expressed and not being a people pleasing imposter anymore is what saved my life. So it's my
Mhm.
duty to share this with the world. And I believe when we do this inner work, we can become miracle magnets. We attract all the things that we need to live our life purpose and to live well and to live with joy and passion and grace and ease and peace and prosperity and all those great things. We can
Yes.
manifest that by our mindset living in miracle magnet zone. That's the place where I encourage everyone to live. So yeah, I want you
Mm.
to wrap it up now. Tavia, thank you so much. This has been
Yes.
another amazing conversation.
Yes, thank you so much. All those who tuned in, we'd love to hear from you. Drop your comments below and we will definitely reply. We want to know if it resonates. So, until next time, see ya. Bye.
Bye.